my time.
Gentleman yields back. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Pfulger, for 5 minutes.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Nothing more important than keeping the lights on. I think that's what you said, Mr. Assistant Secretary Rodriguez. Couldn't agree with you more. I want to focus on the GRID Act. I'm very, very concerned about the policies that this administration has done, especially to the two of the four tenets that you mentioned in your testimony, in your personal testimony here, which are reliability and affordability. I kind of want to focus on that. Assistant Secretary Rodriguez, are you the subject matter expert for the administration, for the president on electricity?
I would say that no single person is the subject matter expert.
You're the Assistant Secretary for Electricity.
I am.
So are you the top-ranking electricity expert in Department of Energy that reports to the president?
I am the top-ranking person.
Thank you.
But I report through DOE. I don't.
Yeah, I
report
got it.
directly to
The
President.
Secretary was not quite sure if she was the subject matter expert on energy when she sat here a little bit ago. So I just want to start with that. Give the administration a grade on affordability. By the way, what do you pay in your electricity bills this month?
Oh, gosh, I don't know the exact amount because I use auto pay. It actually streamlines my process.
Every
and it's cheaper
constituent
for
of
the
mine
utility.
knows exactly what they're paying for their electricity bill. It's double what it was last year. Give yourself a grade for your affordability tenet.
Oh, thank you for that, asking that question. I would say the grade should be more work needed.
More work needed. I agree with that. I think it's a F minus myself because we're not in a place where we have affordability, which is a major tenet, and I agree with your testimony. Do you know how much electricity we use in this country annually?
I don't have that figure at my fingertips.
But you're the subject matter expert on electricity for the Department of Energy.
Yeah, I'm chosen not for my memorization skills, but for my connection to industry and the ability to find practical solutions that help the American people.
We are in desperate need of practical solutions, which we don't have. It's very disappointing to know that the Assistant Secretary for Electricity doesn't know how much electricity. I've asked that question to every single official that comes in here, and not a single Biden administration official knows that. I want to show this chart right here. My colleague from Texas was mentioning the crisis we had last week. I was actually on a trading floor of a private company that distributes electricity on the day this was happening. Let's talk about reliability here. We've been told this myth that if we only put more unreliables, renewables on the grid, that they will perform. Well, where were they last week? You know, we had less than 10% by wind. I'm not against wind. We have a ton of wind in my district, but the point of this chart is that 70% of the grid last week was serviced by fossil fuels. And the policies that are coming out of either Department of Energy, FERC, we're not dealing with the EPA right now, they have to address affordability, which is, in my opinion, an F minus for the past 30-something months of the administration, 28 months. And they have to address reliability. We can take the chart down. Dr. Ortiz, during the June 13th appearance before the committee, Commissioner Danley referenced what he believed was a looming resource inadequacy. In your testimony for the grid, in your testimony, you highlight the concern that renewable energy may cease to inject energy into the grid during normal disturbances. So my question is, when we flip on the lights, how will FERC work with other agencies to ensure that we solve this looming resource adequacy crisis by prioritizing reliable sources?
So if your question is how we prioritize to ensure that the grid is reliable, my job is to help the commission implement Section 215 of the Federal Power Act, which makes me responsible for advising the commission on reliability. We've seen, with respect to your reference to my testimony, that refers to a particular characteristic of inverter-based resources. And NERC has written a number of reports on this. There was 2 significant events in West Texas.
Several more questions, so let's...
Yeah, well, okay. And so we work very hard to ensure this. In addition, we've seen tremendous failures of fossil resources during cold weather. And we have I'm
going to keep going.
Implemented standards.
I want to enter a letter into the record, Mr. Chairman.
Without objection, so ordered.
And this gets to the point of the proposed rulemaking. And by the way, Dr. Ortiz, can you supply the interagency comments that FERC sent to the EPA? That my colleague,
we
Mr.
can work
Balderson,
with,
asked for?
you mean the comments that we submitted then through the OMB passback process?
The one that was just referenced in the last
Yeah, we will
question.
work with the general counsel's office to make sure that the committee has those.
Gentlemen, it's very important.
Well, the gentleman suspend.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to see a copy of the letter that you're referring to. We've been,
Just want to see it before we put it
You
in the
bet.
record. Thank you.
Let me get it on. I've got a remarkable in the digital age here, so let me show you a copy real quick here. Letter for the record. I'll show it to the camera right here.
You have to show it to me.
can you send it to?
There we go.
Yeah.
See that?
Can you send it to staff, please?
I actually have the facts here.
Thank you.
It's imperative that the Department of Energy and FERC know how much electricity we use in this country.
Gentleman may
and
continue.
reliability decisions that are good for our affordability and good for our national security. I yield back.